Good morning, Pulsicans. How we doing this beautiful green hump day? Happy Wednesday. What's going on, guys? You guys enjoying the pump or what? This is the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we're doing our best to bridge the gap between our fellow real estate entrepreneurs and the crypto community, mainly the Pulse Chain community, because that's who we love. That's who we are. That's what we embody over here. And we're going to use cryptocurrency as a wealth creation tool and use real estate as a wealth preservation tool. We're going to break the chains, that curse of mediocrity, because we're the chosen one by God or the universe, whatever you believe in. I believe in God. And we're the chosen one to change our family lineage from here and therefore out. And we're going to use cryptocurrency as that wealth creation tool to do so. That's what we're doing. So how are we doing, guys? Real quick housekeeping. I want to make sure that I'm going to be shilling this. I got to shill this on Twitter and everywhere else. I probably should create the show, maybe even tonight. But we're going to be having the author of Unplugged, Sergi. I don't want to butcher his name, Sergi. And you can see where this book is about psychedelics, farming, and crypto, the 3 pillars of freedom. And it was a great read. And we're going to be going deep in this book tomorrow with the author. And I got news for you guys. I know I'd shown this earlier, but you can see he's a Pulsican. He's a Hexican. He wrote it in his book. Like, this is like, you know what I mean? This is what he believes in. And I got news for you too. He's a maxi. He doesn't own anything else. These are the only assets he owns. And so we'll go over tomorrow, all about, his ideologies behind these 3 topics. Might end up being an extra long show. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play it by ear, but I'm super, super blessed and happy to have him on our show tomorrow. Mr. Sergi will be on. And if you guys haven't picked up Unplugged, you can pick it up on Amazon. It was an awesome read. This guy is an entrepreneur. This guy has, very well connected with God, his spirituality through psychedelics, obviously. And then, he's got a whole chapter on even why he's transitioning part of his life into farming, why he thinks, that's a necessity because of the way society is collapsing around us, as we all know, along with the dollar and everything else. And so it's almost like a necessity. And he's right, man. I will go deep on this, but you have to be in cryptocurrency if you're going to make it in today's times. There's no 2 ways about it. And what a better place to be than freaking Pulse Chain, man. We are pumping again. Man, where's the red candles, guys? I was promised red candles again, and I'm not getting it. Man, I'm lucky I DCA'd all my wife's money in already. I didn't wait for too much longer. All my wife, she's fully in, which is good. And it's fun. I even bought her some BBC. So she's earning some passive income over there in the bro pool. And I'm showing her, I'm like, look, honey, you earned $20 today. And it's exciting. So kind of showing her around crypto a little bit. We're out in Puerto Rico and she's just, she stays at home with the kids, right? And she's a beautiful and amazing and absolutely my backbone to everything I do. It's my wife. I love her to death. And, she's bored. And she sees me doing this crypto thing all day long and I'm crazy, right? And she wants to be cut in on the excitement. I'm like, all right. I'm like, honey, my money's your money. Like, you see how big my portfolio is? She's like, yeah, but that's your money. I'm like, no, it's your money too. And she's like, wow, I want to invest. Fine. All right, fine. Same shit, tomato. But she's fully in the markets, as you guys might have known from a couple of weeks ago. I was waiting, seeing if we can get some more red candles. I caught that little dip, day before yesterday. And I don't know. We'll see how we do. But let's go check out the secret chart. I was checking that out before the show, and that is super exciting. as always, because yesterday, if you remember, guys, when we did our show, the secret chart was trending down. Pulse was trending down against ETH. It was retracing, right? It was a very healthy retrace. It's on a different story today. So let's go take a look. With all you guys, look at this. A completely different story today. It was trending down yesterday. I remember it was rounding out a little bit actually. And I was like, oh, well, maybe this is like, somewhere near the bottom. And man, now we're kind of trending sideways up. And that's a beautiful, here's the bigger picture. So, I mean, if you look at the bigger picture, it looks kind of very sideways. But if you kind of zoom in, you can see it's just trending up a little bit. And guys, this is Pulse measured in ETH terms on the weekly with a line chart. Like, you want to talk about zooming out and really trying to get a picture of what's going on. Unless you think ETH is dead, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I don't believe that at all. In fact, I think the sentiment that we've seen on Twitter and Uniswap talking about taking their protocol to their L2, that's the bottom. Yeah, I could be wrong. I've been wrong about bottoms before, but yeah, I was even in a private mastermind last night when I was hearing some people talk, and they were giving me very bottom-ish signals for ETH. So we'll see what happens. I believe ETH is far, far from dead. It's a blue chip, and it's going to be absolutely explosive this cycle. I think we could see, not financial advice, I'm just speculating on my own money as always, guys, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to see anywhere from $12,000 to like $17,000 Ethereum. And we know a certain couple of people with wallets. We'll just call it a couple wallets. We know a couple wallets that owns 317,000 Ethereum, not 170, like everyone always talks about on Twitter. It's wrong. Even Sami says that. Sami, there's 317,000 Ethereum between two wallets that we know that loves to buy up this stuff, that loves to gobble this stuff up. So that's the real metrics of all this. And so, just need ETH to do a little pumpage. You know what? You don't even have to go crazy this cycle. Even if it hit like 7K, still be phenomenal for us and our ecosystem. But I'm more bullish on ETH than that. We'll see what happens. But man, if you understand the greater picture, you understand, you kind of put the clues, the puzzle pieces together, and you know what's going on in the macroeconomics and, the global liquidity index and everything. I mean, yeah, this is a freaking no-brainer, and I'm doing it with you guys. It's awesome. Look at this, guys. Here on the side, it's all green. Green. Hex is leading the charge as always. Let's go. Come on. Well, not always, but this time around. Last time around, it was Ink. Last time it was around, Ink led the charge. Hex is leading the charge this time. And we'll see what happens. One of the things that I want to point your attention to, eHex 11.5%, Hex 17%, Ink 8%, Pulse X 9%, and here we go, Pulse 5%. Once again, the most undervalued of the tokens. People are not buying that. I've seen a lot of people swapping Pulse into all the other assets, all of them. And so we'll see. But I feel like Pulse was what Hex just recently was, meaning before this pump, everyone thought Hex was dead. Sharks keep dumping the inflation, blah, blah. You hear all the narratives, right? You hear all the narratives. It's going to inflate to oblivion and go to zero, whatever. And that's what we're seeing. And Hex went down to decimal 0035, right? And now look at it, right? It's the shining star of the show. And last time around, it was Ink. I don't know if you remember that. Everyone's like screaming, oh, it's just a dump token. That's just a dump token. Wells are going to dump it to oblivion. And what did Ink do? Go do like a 20x or some shit, right? It was crazy. And I'm getting the same kind of like vibes with Pulse right now. I don't know. I could be wrong. I own all of them. I was mentioning this yesterday. It's but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all, if I saw Pulse become the star of the show at some point in time of this cycle. It doesn't have to be now, right? But I'm seeing a lot of the same negative narratives now around Pulse inside the community that's signaling to me the same that Hex went through and Ink went through. And so we'll see. Like I said, I can be wrong about this shit. Who effing knows? And who called the triple bottom on Solid X? Is it going to pop up? Look at this. Triple bottom and right here. And we said it, I think it was here on our show. This is on the daily. So we need a little bit more structure, but this man looks like a triple bottom playing out. And that's going to be fun. I bought that third bottom. I'm a believer of Solid X. It's my biggest meme coin in my portfolio. So just me personally, don't follow me and my money. Go buy bonds and stocks like Samio, he says, right? Like go buy real estate. Real estate's great. I can recommend that. Real estate's great. It's just not going to get you rich as fuck, guys. Crypto will. But once again, I'm not a financial advisor, and you guys can do what you want with your money. We got 93 people watching. Guys, if you're over on Twitter watching, do me a huge favor. Come over, smash the likes, hit the bell notification on YouTube to help boost that algorithm. And then you go back to Twitter. You go back to Twitter and, retweet the show. Would love that. And, but if you're over there, come over and help out. We want to get to about 5,000, subscribers here in the next month or two. It would be great during this next altcoin season. I think I'm around 2,300. And we're going to keep bringing the good word of cryptocurrency as a wealth creation tool and real estate as a wealth preservation tool. And man, we're a better place to do it than Pulse Chain. So, all right, let's see what's going on in the chat, guys. Let's check in with you. Andrew Garrett. Oi, oi. Now, is that because Red Squirrel's usually the first one saying oi, oi? And so, like, now you beat him to not only number one, but his staple saying, if you will. Man, welcome, Andrew. Welcome. I don't see Red Squirrel here. Oh, he's down there a little bit. Okay, I see him. Hi ho, Hex. Let's fucking go crank it, man. We were doing it. Where's the red candles? They promised me more red candles, and it's not happening. We're also going into the court case, which don't mean shit. That we won't know the answer to that till December. Like, we're gonna have a beautiful Christmas. That's what I think. Expedition, what is going on with you? Where's Red Squirrel? Oi, oi, man. Broski, Andrew not only stole your spot, but he also stole your staple saying, right? Man. Ruth, hey, y'all, what's going on, Ruth? How are we doing? Yeah, man, you have an imposter in the chat today. And he was number one, bro. Jeez. I did, my friend. I did. That's her little, well, she owns Solid X too. I was going to say that's her meme coin play. Like, she also owns Solid X. So, like, her portfolio is just a very little tiny version of what mine is. I have some more meme coins and stuff, right? Like, I love 7G. I mean, it's gonna do great. I like influencer coins, because they have community. But her portfolio. It's very similar. Like BBC is my second biggest, lottery ticket play, meme coin play, whatever you want to say. I follow the suit of 90-10 on my portfolio, how Sami talks about, and I try to stay in that range. And sometimes it, sways one way or the other. But yeah, man, Solid X and BBC are my biggest position. Solid X is my biggest one outside of the blue chips, and then BBC. Man, I like BBC, dude. You stick it in these freaking pools and you just print money, and there's no risk of impermanent loss. Like, sign me up. I'll just keep printing money until BBC decides to run again. And if you look at the price charts, if you kind of do some simple TA, put it on the weekly. It doesn't even matter. Like, you can go back and look. Man, there's a lot of life in all our stuff. Most of our stuff, as long as it's not a Ponzi or a rug pull, right? Most of our stuff has a lot of life, and BBC is one of them. Man, it pumps hard. that last little altcoin season we had. And so I'm like, yep, it's got community. It's got community. Is there an audio book of it? Man, there isn't, man. Jeez. It's funny because I went to Audible and I was like, oh, I hope he's got it on there. No, he didn't. I was like, because I'd rather and in fact, I actually most time, guys, what I'll do is I'll listen to a book and read it at the same time, and then it's almost like someone's reading to me while I'm like, and that way, if I stop reading it, at least I'm still listening to it, and yeah. So, but I prefer that too. But man, it's definitely worth the read. Put it part of your library. You're gonna enjoy it. He's a freaking Pulsican. Let's go. Out in Peru doing the good work. He'll be on the show tomorrow. I am excited. How I made Hex is the ultimate dump token. You staker and dump the inflation just like Ink and Pulse. So I guess they all like they create some kind of like inflation or passive income of some sort, right? They're inflating at a certain percentage a year. Although Pulse is not too aggressive, it's very little. I'm a node validator to your point. How I made. And but right for me, man, I am keeping all that yield because I know that shit's going to the moon. But you're right, during the bear market or during when things aren't going up, man. It's funny because the Hex sharks, and that's what kind of started that narrative, man. They love dumping Hex, especially when price is going down. It's like, bro, aren't you supposed to love dumping Hex when price is going up? Man, these guys. I don't know. It's all about the emotion, right? The human emotion, we do the opposite. Crypto Kings, Moon King 75 week calls in play. Hope all is well. Of course, saw that. And then he mentioned, like, he said that it's because of the taxes, the business taxes, corporate taxes was due on October 15th. And then I commented and said, hey, actually, the corporate tax was extended to February 2nd of 2026. So literally, guys, 2023 corporate. I don't have to pay till February 2nd, 2026. It's great because of the hurricanes. And then he had pointed out, he had a good point. It was 7 states. And being that I live in Puerto Rico, I get to take advantage of that because this is a hurricane zone. Even though we didn't have much hurricanes this year, then Milton and none of those others hit us. We had a couple tropical storms. That's about it. So, yeah, let's see, man. It's interesting. I mean, I'm a fan of B-Roots, man. I am a fan. Sal the Crypto Foo. What up, man? How you doing, bro? How are you doing today? So what else is going on, guys? I will be streaming all week. We got surgery on tomorrow. We have open mic Friday as normal. And then next week I'm in the hopper. And then the week after that, I will be traveling again. But man, I mean, it's super exciting to be where we're at in the cycle. We're leading into Richard Hart's court case. I feel like we might see a bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news on the price chart. So be careful with that part. I mean, it could happen, right? Like we could keep going up and maybe Hex does a freaking, 20X here off the local bottom. I'd be very, very careful with that price chart just because we know traders like to trade and they're going to trade it. So, hey, I don't know. Just be mindful of that. So, let's talk about a couple of topics out of the unplugged, actually, and then we'll go even deeper tomorrow. But man, I love how in here now, I myself have obviously experimented with psychedelics. In fact, mushrooms was one of the psychedelics that helped me get sober in my life, helped me have a realization of why I was drinking so much. But then, like, I've reached out to a lot of like different, shamans and people who are like who do plant medicine. And I tell you what I really like about surgery is that none of them have the thought process. Like this guy, he talks about entrepreneurship, what it means to create value to the world and build a business and serve your fellow man and woman to make money, and then how to take that money and then leverage it into crypto, and then let crypto be your what's called escape velocity, meaning that you're able to have so much velocity from your finances that you never have to worry about money again. And that way you have true time freedom to be able to do what you want with whom you want, however you want, when you want. That's how I define success. Right. And that using crypto as a tool, as that escape velocity. So that way you can go on and then serve the rest of your life with your passion. I think that's, extremely powerful. And I feel like that's why we're all here. Once again, is because, we are the chosen one to break the family curse, those chains of mediocrity of like 9 to 5, relying on the 401k to retire you. Like, it's just, that's that old way of thinking. It just doesn't work anymore. And it's not going to get you where you need to go. In fact, it's even to a point where, like, I knew when I was in real estate, wholesaling and flipping houses, and we were doing great, guys. I mean, I was making, multiple 7 figures a year. I had a team of 17 people, big operation. And it was very scaled out in the sense where I was kind of hitting a ceiling, and I could have probably busted through that ceiling and expanded more and grown more. But I knew that even real estate as a wealth creation tool was going to be very difficult for me to have that escape velocity. It was always going to have to need another deal, find another deal. And I think real estate's great as that wealth preservation tool, like we always talk about on this show, but like Jeff Bezos didn't get rich from real estate. You don't become the richest guy in the world like Elon from real estate. It just doesn't happen. Now, if you get into bigger deals like commercial apartments, triple net leases, shopping malls, stuff like that, and you can do that. You just got to integrate in and know how to raise money, and it's all about your network. Then you can kind of have that escape velocity from that, and you can get to that point after 10, 20, 30 years. But man, you want to compress the time. Crypto does that, like compressing the time. So add value to the real world, create a business, serve your fellow woman and man, find a gap in the marketplace that needs to be served. That's always the best way to grow your wealth there. And then put that money in the crypto, and then you're able to leverage crypto as a tool for that escape velocity. And I think it's a wonderful plan. And then you can go back into, your business to bring in more capital to scale the thing. But obviously you could preserve it in some real estate, some oil and gas. We have the trust. You guys know that we've talked about many times on the show, where you can sell your crypto, go into real estate or business, and then not pay a tax. It's deferred, and then go back into crypto. Same thing. It's all deferred, right? And so that real true wealth creation, wealth preservation, and he talks about it, as escape velocity, and it's really, really neat. And I'm super, super stoked to have him on tomorrow. So, yeah. Did you check out the nicotine I sent? Yeah, I checked out the link. And Valpo's been researching off of what you sent me, reading a lot of stuff, and it definitely is a freaking biohacker hack. Once again, I'm always concerned about my prior addictions, but I might end up giving it a try. To be honest with you, I'm adventurous that way. I'd rather have BTC in real estate, man. I will argue with you all day long that I bet you I could play the game and sell through market cycles. And I'm not even a TA guy like you, Sprack, but just understanding cycles. And when we're in this cycle, I will grow my wealth 10 times faster by going from BTC to real estate and real estate back to BTC, and playing the game accordingly, because the global liquidity index ain't going to change anytime soon. And so it's like the argument of like, oh, staking hex 5555. Man, I'll get 10, 20, 50 times more hex than you by not staking, by selling somewhere near the top. It don't have to be the top. Like, it could be like this last run up in 2020, was it 1, 2? We went to 55 cents. You could have sold anywhere from like 1 penny all the way to 55 cents and vice versa. A lot of those guys bought so low down there. I'll argue that all day, and you'll still make 10, 20 times more hex by doing that, and then buying back in the low, just understanding market cycles. That's my opinion. Now, I don't want to own real estate where I am the operator or the guy who finds the deal. I never want to find a deal ever again. I never want to operate another deal ever again. That is a freaking nightmare. I only want to be the money in deals, which is what they call limited partnership. And limited partnership means that you go and invest and you receive all the upside the operator receives. Now, it's all negotiable on how that syndication is going to allow, or how much percentage is going to allow for you to own. If you're going to get tax incentives, they can do that. They can give you the tax incentives from the real estate, the appreciation, the cash flow, everything goes into it. And if you're the money in deals, man, that is like the best way to truly preserve your wealth long-term, lock that money in. Those are the real T shares, guys. I mean, that's my opinion. I know you guys hate hearing that. But for me, that's the real T shares, man. Hand that shit down on my daughter. It's good to go. So ain't serving nobody but myself, dog. This ain't the USSR. Man, you got, man, the only way. Yeah, I will agree with this, Urban Productions. You can't help another human being in life or serve at a high level or love, even, this is true. You can't even love another human being in your life until you learn how to love yourself first. Learn how to serve yourself first. Learn how to grow yourself first. It all has to happen here first, here and here. And then you're able to do that outward. And so, yeah, there's some thoughts on that. Crypto Joe, 2 more weeks. If you know, you know. Yeah, man, but I don't know, man. It's like we don't hear it. We're not going to get an answer on that date. We're not going to know anything, right? We're going to go there, and then I'm not going. Unfortunately, it's Halloween. But we're going to go there, and all they're doing is presenting evidence on both sides and why it should be dismissed or not dismissed, right? That's what the outcome is. And then the outcome is she has 2 months to make her decision, meaning that it's Christmas. It's Christmas. So and that's assuming that then we'll know if she's going to dismiss it or not. If she doesn't dismiss it, then that goes full forward into the trial, like what they're suing RH for. Then it's game on, right? This is only for dismissal, motion to dismiss that RH's attorneys applied for. That's all this is. That's all this is. And so, but you're right. I think there could be a lot of buy the rumor, sell the news type trading going on leading up to. In fact, that could be, maybe, I don't know, right? It could be some of what this price action we're seeing, which is fine. Like, this is healthy. Like, you guys, we need that. We need sharks and whales to come in and buy the rumor, sell the news, trade your assets that you like, because that means they like that asset. They're in that asset for a reason. They're using that asset for a reason. Like, you got how many hundreds of thousands or maybe millions? That's millions of different tokens out there in the crypto space. You got Solana with like freaking, I don't know, it's like 1 million tokens, I think, launching a day or something stupid. They're all scams, rug pulls, and Ponzi's. But there's a lot of other good ones. There's a lot of other ecosystems. And the fact that they're doing a buy the rumor, sell the news through our ecosystem is, in my opinion, very bullish long-term and price positive long-term. And so that's my opinion. I know you guys don't, necessarily like the traders or Crypto Joe. Yeah. You don't like the traders, and I'm not a trader, but we want them to come in and participate in our ecosystem. We do. We want to encourage it. It's also why I like protocols like Fame and Fiat, because they allow the traders to come in and do just that directly on our chain. If they want to use leverage, leverage up, right? As long as they got the liquidity over there, they can do that. And so, I'm for it. Like I said, I'm not a trader. I'm with you, Crypto Joe. We need them. Yeah, that's it, man. I don't want to be learning how to look at charts all day. And man, that's why I got Sprackburger. Like, I got a question about a chart. Sprackburger, he understands TA. He understands, just analysis in general. And that's who my go-to guy is. if I need any some deep TA done for my assets. So that's yeah. But well, guys, I guess we'll keep it kind of short today. I mean, we just got a nice green hump day. Pulse chain's pumping, all crypto is pumping, and it's going to be exciting. I'm wondering if this is the breakout though. Like Bitcoin's breaking out, and it obviously needs a retest. Sprackberger would know better than I do. I'm curious if this is its breakout, and also curious if this is where ETH bottoms against BTC. Maybe Sprack, if you're up for it, coming on open mic Friday would be great, and then we can kind of spend 15 minutes on the charts to kind of dissect and unpack all that, so that way we're going into our weekend when we go to touch grass. We'll be much happier. We'll know where we stand. So let me know, bro, or just come to the show. You can come right on, and the link will be here. Any of you guys can come up on Open Mic Friday and chit chat. We're going to talk about crypto. Obviously, we're going to talk about real estate. We can talk about personal development. I don't care. Mainly crypto, of course. That's what you guys love and care about. But tomorrow, guys, don't miss out tomorrow. We're going to have Sergi come on, where he's going to talk about why psychedelics, farming, and crypto are the 3 pillars of freedom. And not just any crypto, Pulse Chain, baby. Pulse Chain. So this is going to be awesome. Once again, you guys can buy this on Amazon. It was a great read. I love that he has the entrepreneurial spirit in him. I've never found that before in the so-called plant medicine gurus. You don't see that. And so the fact that he embodies that, he embodies crypto as a wealth creation tool, as a way to escape velocity and to, basically decouple us from the, big brother, right? In general, the banks, centralized entities, the WTF, all the stupid stuff that we're trying to get away from. And so, yeah, it's interesting to go through and talk with him tomorrow. I'm excited. So don't miss that show. I really want to unpack it. If I can give him a massive audience, massive for me, right? It would be a true blessing. So if you guys can all show up, we would love it. Yeah, I love the Real Estate Alpha, man. Dude, seriously, when you guys are ready for the, some exposure into some of these syndications and funds that we got going on, obviously more closer to the top of the cycle. I wouldn't recommend right now any capital, even capital I have is going to crypto. But like that's the time where we're about to help you guys, bring you in our community and stuff. It'll be a lot of fun. So cool, guys. Well, I am going to hop off. I will see you guys mañana. That should be an absolutely banger of a show. I am super excited. So the rest of the week's going to be awesome. We got surgery tomorrow, and we open my Friday. And guys, have a good one. Remember, go out there and 10x your value. So that way you can 10x your income or your profit if you own a business. So you can bring it in, put it in crypto, and then you can 10x your life. Peace, guys.